Tune up on what not to do and what to do.
Thank you, Mr. Pearson. I want to thank the Illinois State Rifle Association and all of their staff and the enormous amount of work that it takes to put this on. I want to thank all the volunteers. I want to thank all the people that were out there manning the tables, handing out informational materials. Because everyone knows that I am a paragon of decorum and self-control, I'm hearing laughs out there. I've been asked to give you a few comments about our manner in which we approach our legislators and approach our visit to the state capitol. Ladies and gentlemen, you're representing all of the Illinois gun owners today. And the people on the other side are looking for ways to bring us into ridicule. So your very behavior is closely scrutinized. And so we're asking everyone to be very, very controlled, very, very polite, and very, very pleasant to all of the staffers, to all of the security, and definitely to all of the legislators that you come into contact with. When you go into the security, have everything out of your pockets, hopefully into the little plastic bag or container so that it can be checked through in an expeditious manner. Need I remind you that great big daggers, swords, firearms, ammunition are not going to make it through the security, and it'll be a lot less difficult for you if you don't have those. Again,
question?
Yes.
All right. If anyone here is concealed carry, and just by chance put your gun in the car, but you did not put your magazines in, I would suggest you do that. If you have magazines in your pocket, by all means, double check.
It's not just your firearm, but also your ammunition. Again, you're all examples, and they are looking for ways to bring us into ridicule. So we're asking for everyone to be on your best behavior. Ladies and gentlemen, the stakes here are extremely high. Now, you've heard the briefings that you've gotten here. They're talking about increased taxes. They're talking about fees. They're talking about regulation of the firearm dealers. They're talking about ammunition in the state forests and state parks. But it all goes a lot deeper than that. The Bloombergs in this world would deny you your very right and ability to protect yourself. When it comes down to it, that's what this is all about. And those are pretty deep stakes, folks. And if anybody here thinks that I've got a tinfoil hat on, how many of you who were here a few years ago when the women in Igold were demonstrating with tongue depressors and rat tail combs? You remember what that was all about. For those of you that weren't here, I'll tell you. The Illinois State Police recommendations to women on their website to protect themselves was, well, use that rat tail comb and fend them off. Or use that tongue depressor and make yourself sick so that you're unattractive. Now let that sink in. They would expect a lady to soil themselves rather than give them the right to protect themselves. Now that's what we're demonstrating for, and that's what the stakes are. That's how deep it goes. Now Shannon might have written my comments here. I'm glad that my wife was there last night when I was writing these down, because she might have thought that Shannon was sitting there with me. Because a lot of my comments are exactly the same. I'll borrow a phrase from Dickens in The Christmas Carol. Have Igold in your heart the year round. Because it's a year-round struggle. I'll echo the comments that we heard earlier. Join more than one organization. Belong to the NRA, obviously. Belong to the Illinois State Rifle Association. Belong to the Gun Safe Life organization. Belong to the United States Riflemen's Association. Participate in Appleseed Project. Participate in Revere's Riders. The list goes on. And the list that I would include most heartily are, as Shannon noted, the women's groups. The Women on Target, the Well-Armed Women are two that immediately come to my mind, because we're not going to win this battle unless we have more women supporting us. White men are not going to win this political battle. And that's why it is so desperately important that we enlarge our tent and include more women in our struggle. There is no sure way to liberate a lady from the fear or threat of violence than to arm her and give her the training to use it. And that's the message that we have to give the ladies of this state. I repeat to you again, the stakes are very, very high. And if we don't succeed, we might be back here in a year or so, or 2 or 3, and our women are going to be marching around with rat-tail combs and tongue depressors again. For the love of God, don't let that happen. Get active, participate, and push our struggle all the way. Thank you.